As the creator of Turning Point USA, conservative commentator Charlie Kirk led a life that struck a balance between his private commitment to his family and public exposure. Although he frequently made headlines for his audacious political remarks and media appearances, he was a parent and husband in his private life, a guy whose universe revolved around love, duty, and familial ties. The focal point of his life prior to his untimely death was his wife and 2 little children, who provided a window into a more compassionate side that few people outside of his inner circle ever really saw. In a purposefully modest and intimate ceremony, Kirk wed his wife. In contrast to his public profession, where he was continuously followed by cameras and microphones, his wedding was centered around proximity, family, and faith. According to friends, the ceremony was emotional and highly personal, and he made a commitment to put his marriage and partnership first. He always spoke warmly and admiringly about his wife, according to those who knew him well, who described her as his rock in the middle of his hectic and frequently stressful work life. After the couple eventually had 2 kids, many claimed that Charlie was profoundly changed by being a father. He enjoyed the small, everyday tasks of parenting, such as reading bedtime stories and spending weekends at home, according to those close to him. He frequently discussed how his children provided him with a feeling of purpose that extended beyond his professional life. Regardless of how hectic his schedule got, he always made an effort to find time for them. Colleagues remembered him racing home from events, wanting to avoid the spotlight and have a peaceful evening with his family. In private, Kirk was characterized as having a protective yet supportive parenting approach. Although he was keen to instill strong principles in his children, he also wanted to protect them from the difficulties that came with being in the spotlight. He frequently took satisfaction in seeing his children mature and form their own personalities, according to friends. To demonstrate how much his family was on his mind, he would occasionally veer off topic to tell stories about them, even when discussing politics or his job. Despite his audacious, fiery, and occasionally contentious public character, his private life was a contrast, full of peace, love, and tenderness. Those that paid him a visit revealed that he was more reserved in private, concentrating on providing his wife and kids with a secure and caring atmosphere. He made a conscious effort to keep family concerns out of the public eye, ensuring that they had privacy away from the unceasing scrutiny that surrounded his profession. He created headlines with his speeches and arguments, but his most treasured job was the one that happened in private, away from the spotlight, being a parent and a husband. The shock of learning of his passing struck both his admirers and detractors. While many of the tributes focused on his family, others acknowledged his contributions to political discourse. His devotion to those closest to him was emphasized by supporters in addition to his professional achievement. The public figure was a man who found his greatest enjoyment at home, according to friends. The loss is incalculable to his wife. She supported him through the rigors of a highly public existence and was not only his spouse, but also his confidant and strongest ally. The loss is much more severe for his kids because they will now remember their father's love rather than his presence as they grow up. People who knew Charlie personally think that even though their time together was far too brief, his children will always uphold the morals and principles he taught them. Although there is a terrible gap left by Kirk's demise, the tale of his family life endures. It serves as a reminder that, despite their public personas, every famous personality has a private life full of love, accountability, and connection. Charlie Kirk saw his family as that private realm, the one constant in a life otherwise dominated by media attention and public controversy. Charlie Kirk's legacy ultimately consists of 2 parts. On the one hand, he will be remembered for his ability to generate discussions that reached millions of people and his influence in political circles. But, perhaps more significantly for those closest to him, He will be remembered as a father who loved his children and a husband who loved them unconditionally. Beyond celebrity, news, and controversy, his biography illustrates the fact that family love is frequently the best indicator of a person's quality of life. His family thinks on their treasured memories, times spent laughing, going about their daily lives, and enjoying the comfort of being together, while the world considers his career. His role as a husband and father will always be a part of Charlie Kirk's tale, even if his public voice is hushed. These are the memories that will continue to define him in their hearts.